And I'm going to go get boss's orders. We're going to bring up the Arceus V. I'm going to put the memory capsule. I don't need to, but I want to. And we're going to evolve into Gyarados VMAX. And I'm about to get angry. He's so mad. You ever thought about what it would be like to battle against a Gyarados? I mean, really actually sat and thought about it. It's a 21-foot dragon beast thing that rules the seas and has a little bit of a temper too, so if you attack it, it's bound to get angry. And that's exactly what Gyarados V does. Gyarados V's Get Angry attack for 2 water and a colorless energy does 20 damage times the amount of damage counters on Gyarados V. Now Gyarados V only has 220 hit points, but Gyarados VMAX has 330 HP and is much more difficult to knock out. If only there was a way to use Gyarados V's Get Angry attack with Gyarados VMAX. Thankfully, there is. With Memory Capsule attached, Gyarados VMAX can use Gyarados V's Get Angry attack to take huge one-hit knockouts after receiving a hit. Memory Capsule also works really well with Jolteon from Vivid Voltage to turn off water Pokemon's abilities, which can be super disruptive towards Inteleon decks. I'm stoked to show off this Arceus VSTAR Gyarados VMAX deck, but before we get to the deck list, let's head on over to FullGripGames.com. FullGripGames.com is the best place to buy Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed product. We've got super fast shipping and top-notch grading. You really won't find better service anywhere than at FullGripGames.com. We've also got a buy list, so if you've got extra cards lying around your house and you're trying to get some cash for them or store credit, you absolutely have to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We are always buying bulk and singles here at the shop, and selling your extra cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Gym. Filling out a buy list is super easy to do. You just fill out the buy list with the cards you want to sell us, you send us the cards, and then we send you the cash or the store credit. It really is that easy. Now, let's scope out that Gyarados VMAX deck. This deck is pretty simple, but really effective. The main strategy is to use Arceus VSTAR's Trinity Nova attack to set up Gyarados, which can take big knockouts with Max Tyrant, which does 240 damage, or disrupt the opponent with Hyper Beam, which does 120 damage and discards an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then, of course, with Memory Capsule attached, Gyarados VMAX also has access to Gyarados V's Get Angry attack, which does 20 damage times the amount of damage counters on this Pokemon. So after taking a hit, Gyarados VMAX can strike back with a massive Get Angry attack. Arceus VSTAR is just one of the best cards in the game right now, especially because of its Star Birth ability, which really helps with the early game consistency with this deck. It can also help you to set up Jolteon with a Memory Capsule to turn off all water Pokemon's abilities. This is incredible against decks that rely on Drizzile and Inteleon's Shady Dealings abilities, since they will no longer be able to use those Shady Dealings abilities to get trainers out of their deck. So setting up Jolteon on the second turn of the game can be really good against decks that rely on Inteleon's Shady Dealings. But not every deck utilizes water-type Pokemon's abilities. So for the rest of the decks, we've got 3 copies of Path to the Peak, which completely turns off Pokemon V's abilities. Great against those Mew VMAX decks, can also be fantastic against opposing Arceus VSTAR decks. Check out this deck in action and let me know what you think of Arceus VSTAR featuring Jolteon and Gyarados VMAX in the comments below. Playing an Arceus Mirror, and we're going second, which is most unfortunate. Hopefully my opponent is playing the Inteleon engine. They are not. They are simply playing Arceus Duraludon. So my EVs are going to be useless. I'm going to just kick things off with the Marnie. And we did not, unfortunately, find a double turbo energy. So I'm just going to be attaching an energy to this benched Arceus and pass. And then next turn, we'll switch into Arceus and research. Evolve into Gyarados VMAX. and be chilling. Now, Duraludon cannot get hit by special energy, so that's a little bit annoying. But my Gyarados can one-hit KO Duraludon. All right, for the sure, that's fine. Mustard, you got the sauce there. But what if they miss? What if you miss the VMAX? What do you think about that? They did not miss the VMAX or the V-Star or whatever. You know, that thing. There's Arcdog showing up just in time. They going to use their V-Star power to go get whatever they want out of the deck? No. Well, they'll use that another turn. That's fine. This matchup seems fine to me because of Gyarados' one-hit KO potential. Switch into Arceus and research. Uh-oh. Not optimal. I am not trying to Trinity Charge. At all. It is not what I'm trying to do here. It's not good. You don't want to have to Crobat for 2. But I will. Yeah, that's not great. That's fine. Yeah, definitely not ideal there. Huh. So they could retreat and go in with Duraludon, right, if they want to get greedy and take the knockouts, which is, like, fine, because then I put up Gyarados, and I can, thank you, Dominican Blown. It's nice seeing you, too. They've got research. They've got their V-Star power still. They've got hyper potions. Okay. That's fine. I wonder if they will switch or if they will take this opportunity to power up the other Duraludon. Now, usually Duraludon decks only play so many basic fighting energies, so I could put them in a weird spot by using Hyper Beam to discard them, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, they're going to retreat and take the knockouts. So I think our move is going to be to Hyper Beam the basic fighting. Probably with a Marnie. Yeah, you know, just a card late, unfortunately. Okay, we've got that now. Going to attach here. Quick ball away the Capture Energy. Thin the deck a little bit for this Marnie, and we're going to Marnie. We definitely still have a route, for sure. Got 4 prizes left to take. We can just put this down, too. It doesn't matter. We can do this, and I can save my... Just going to Hyper Beam for 120. Get rid of that. And then we hope that they get stuck, right? A little bit. That would be very good. They had a really big hand before. Again, usually it's 3 fighting energies. So this might actually just be all of the fighting energies for them. They still have their V-Star power. So maybe I should have used my Star Birth to go get the path, I think. But this deck does play a lot of stadiums. So it's possible that they V-Star for like Switch Yeah, switch boss or something like that. Knock out my Arceus. It's possible. But then I could just like keep using Hyper Beam. Like Hyper Beam seems really good. I am Joey. Finally gets to watch the stream as a high school graduate. Congratulations on your graduation, Joey. Thank you so much for the sub, and hopefully you're having a good one. Yeah, I think I probably should have Starburst for Path. I forgot that they still have their Starbirth ability. Frankly. All right, I've got the Marnie off the top, which is good. I like that. We're going to attach here. And just Marnie again. I don't need the Path anymore, really. So I can kind of just continue to use Hyper Beam. They've got 2 prizes left. That's fine. Let's do Hyper Beam again and bop the double turbo. And then I think I want to Hyper Beam one more time and get rid of the fighting on the Duraludon V on the bench. And the hope is that they play Ordinary Rod. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Gotta be joking, bro. But they're stuck. Haha. So let's have 20 cards left in deck. Starbirth now. And we'll go get Path. Research. It's fine. They are finally stuck. Ultra Ball away these. Thin the deck a little bit more. Memory Capsule here. Double Turbo here. Path. Research. And we've got a pretty good hand. We can just thin the deck a little bit more. Ultra Ball away these. That's fine. And we got 1 water left in the deck. Okay. So I'll just Hyper Beam again. Fully remove all energy from this thing. And we seem to have them in a pretty good spot. They've got 2 more fighting energy left in the deck, but I do not want them to Trinity Nova. They've got Tower of Darkness, but nothing else. So that's fine. Got another Path. We don't really need it. I've got 1 Marnie left in the deck, so we'll keep that in mind. I could draw a few more cards and just put that Path back down. And we're going to attach water here and use Hyper Beam again for the knockouts. I've got 6 prizes left to take, but I have got options. Here comes Duraludon. I've got Path out, so I could use Max Tyrant for 240 to knock it out. And then this thing's got exactly 240 hit points left. Attach that there. Max Tyrant for 240 damage. And we're cruising. So Hyper Beam is single-handedly winning this game. Just discarding energy and being disruptive. And unless my opponent has Fighting Energy Boss in their hand. What? No! They're so close. They've got Research, but no. Wow. The single strike energy. So they're doing 240, 270 damage. With the Duraludon right now. With Escape Rope, I can promote my other Gyarados VMAX. And if they swing into it, I'm just going to get angry for game. So they have to pass. But I have retreats. And the Max Tyrant for 240 damage. And that's GG's. Nice try, Duraludon. Nice try. Ooh, I'm going first against an Inteleon deck. Let's go. I've got a fantastic opening hand. We're going to quick ball away this Ultra Ball and go get an Eevee, and potentially putting the Eevee onto the board will be enough for my opponent to just want to scoop. Because honestly, staring down a turn 2 Jolteon is just not a great situation for an Inteleon deck. That is going second. Looks like I'm playing against Ice Rider Calyrex. And this deck definitely relies on the Inteleon engine to get moving. They're going to gust and keep calling to try and get some more Sobbles into play. But I've got my Arceus V-Star, and you see the thing about Arceus V-Star is that Arceus V-Star can go get whatever I want out of the deck. But first, let's Crobat. We're going to use Dark Asset to draw some cards. And then I'm going to quick ball away this Melony and look for a Gary. Now, my Switch has got to be in the deck. It is. So that's fantastic. We're going to get Gary, bench the Gary, and then research. And we find the Jolteon. We find the Memory Capsule. And I'm going to bench another Eevee just in case. And we're going to use Starbirth to get the Switch. And another research. And now my opponent's Shady Dealings abilities do not work. And we're going to accelerate 3 energy from the deck to our Gary here on the bench. And that is the turn 2 lock. No Shady Dealings for you. Absolutely zero. Don't even try it. Shady Dealings is not going to function. And if you know anything about the Shady Dealings deck, it's that almost the whole deck relies on Shady Dealings to work. My opponent does have Raihan. So it's possible that they could maybe go get the Choice Belts, Ice Rider, knock out of my Arceus. But it looks like they don't have that, considering that they're using Fan of Waves. They'll use Ride of the High King. Totally okay with that. And we've got a Gary. And I will just simply double turbo back and research again. I'm going to try and set up a second Jolteon just in case. You feel me? Ultra Ball away, Arceus and Quick Ball. No, my other Jolteon is gone. Sad. It's fine. Get an Eevee, and we're going to Trinity Nova. 180 damage. All the water are in my hand, but that's okay. And then next turn, they'll take the knockout on my Arceus V-Star, but they don't really have anything going on. Because, again, they cannot use Shady Dealings. They can Crobat, though, which I wasn't exactly expecting, but I guess I should have. Usually the Ice Rider Calyrex decks do play Path to the Peak themselves. And here's the Gust on my Jolteon. You see? That's why I wanted to set up the second one. But I think my other Jolteon is prized. But the Jolteon is still doing a job well done. Because the Jolteon is distracting my opponents from the more potent targets like Gyarados VMAX or my Arceus VSTAR. It's real Gary hours right now, so we're going to put that Gary up. Ultra Ball away these two cards. And we're going to Marnie. Would love to find, yes, a Memory Capsule. Very good. This way, if my Gary gets smacked, then Gary can retaliate by getting angry. You find a research. Double Turbo Jolteon? No, Arceus VSTAR. So my other Jolteon's prized. But I do think I should probably be able to win this game based on my board state alone. Like Suicune and Crobat both get one-hit KO'd by Gary. So, well, they did get one-hit KO'd by Gary. If my opponent swings into my Gary with the Suicune, then I can retaliate by getting angry. Thank you, Tim Jong-un, for the Tier 1 sub in the 13 months. Appreciate you, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, we're chilling for sure. They've got their Shady Dealings, which they can finally use since they gusted up and knocked out my Jolteon. But it's probably too little too late. I do have one Boss's Orders still in the deck that I can use to target down the Crobats potentially, but I have to find it. There are only 12 cards left in my deck, though, so it shouldn't be that hard. Here we go, Level Ball, Shady Dealings, Level Ball, Shady Dealings, go get whatever trainer I want out of the deck. All right. Another Cape of Toughness. Is this also for the Crobat? Oh, yeah. But this still doesn't change the fact that if you hit into... Wow, this is 3 Drizza. Really, you're making up for lost time here, I see. Okay. For a Marnie, fine, and a pass. I've got Boss's Orders, but Gary, oh, still takes away. Yeah. That cape didn't do it, bro. Maxed 240 damage, and the Crobat's out of here. Let's go. This is a broken opening hand, exactly the opening hand that you want to see. This is what I'm talking about right here. We've got turn 1 double turbo, Gary, and Eevee, but I'm playing against an Urshifu deck. That's fine. I'm sure it's fine. We're fine. So yeah, we're just gonna go get the old Eevee out and hope that my opponent doesn't do too much. That'd be great. Now, the funny thing about Jolteon, is that it turns off water Pokemon's abilities. So it's very good against Inteleon decks. But Urshifu can knock out your Jolteons on the bench with its G-Max Rapid Flow attack. But, you know, you would think that maybe Manaphy would be a good way to protect against G-Max Rapid Flow. But the problem is that Jolteon's ability, Thunderous Awakening, turns off your Manaphy's ability. So you can't actually effectively protect your Jolteons with Manaphy, which is unfortunate. Thank you, Lance, for the sub and the 35 months. Almost 3 years. Dang. I appreciate you, Lance. Thank you. We've got Capture Energy and Research, so we're going to Capture Energy the Arceus, make sure that my Switch is in the deck, It is. And then we've got Memory Capsules, we've got Jolteons, we've got Arceus. All right, we're going to go get another Eevee and research. And we find lots of good cards. We've got Gary. We've got Evolution Incense for Arceus. We've got Starbirth. We're going to go get Switch and the Memory Cap. Ultra Ball away, Melony and Crobat. Go get Jolteon. Switch into Arceus. Memory Capsule the Jolteon. And Trinity Nova for knockouts. And we're saying, all right, there's no way you got G-Max Rapid Flow with no shady dealings this turn. That's basically what we're saying. Because I don't even think my opponent has an energy in the discard pile right now. No, they've just got the Rapid Strike energy. So the odds of my opponent being able to retaliate with a G-Max Rapid Flow to knock out my Jolteon, it's not very high, right? Maybe at best they can use Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and take a knockouts on my Arceus. Still pretty good. If they have a scoop up net or switch, they can just do that, right? Do 300 damage because they don't have a Dunsparce in here right now, which we could play, but I don't really think it's totally necessary. They've got the scoop up net. They're going to knock out the Arceus. They've got Moltres they're putting down with a single Darkness Energy. And they'll take their 2 prizes. So I'm going to go up with Gyarados. And we are going to Hyper Beam to discard the energy, most definitely. And then we've got... Yeah, that's fine. Options. I've already used my V-Star power. There's nothing too much that I need here. Quick Ball away the Gyarados. Check the deck, see what we have left. There's another Eevee, which I don't need because all my Jolteons are down. I've got to research and 2 Marnies left, and I've got a Crobat. I've got 1 Gyarados. And my energy situation is plentiful. Okay, so we can get rid of that, get rid of that. Will I power up another Gyarados? No, definitely not. So we can get rid of this. Keep these guys in my hand. Then Hyper Beam. Discard the Rapid Strike energy. And next turn, they've only got 210 hit points left, so Max Tyrant can take the knockouts. We need them to not have Energy Switch, Rapid Strike energy, right? But they can't use their Shady Dealings abilities. So they probably don't have that play. I mean, it would be like pretty impressive for them to have all of that without their Shady Dealings. So the Jolteon are definitely putting in some work right now. They're going to offer up the Crobat. So like maybe they have a Raihan in hand or something, but I don't even think that they have any. They have 3 Rapid Strike energy down, which makes me think that they actually are out of Rapid Strike energy at this point, which is pretty good. So we can Ultra Ball away Gyarados and Path and go get Gyarados. I can bench this Arceus and Ultra Ball these guys away and Crobat. Let's just fill our hand and draw some cards. We've got Marnie Path and some double turbos. That's good. So we double turbo here. I feel like they've got too many options in their hand right now, so I'm definitely going to smack them with the old Marnie Path situation, yeah. And we'll Marnie Look at all these beautiful memory capsules. That's double Jolteon, baby. And then Max Tyrant for 240 damage. Beautiful. We'll take our 2 prizes. And I have to say, we've got a pretty intimidating board, if I do say so myself. Marnieing my opponent to just 4 cards. 5 with the top deck. I think I have at least 1 boss in the discard pile, so maybe just 1 boss's orders left. They've got Raihan. So they can attack with Moltres this turn, which is fine because I can just Max Tyrant again. And then if I can find my boss's orders, we can knock out the Urshifu with Max Tyrant for game. Oh, they manually attach. So yeah, they cannot attack with Moltres. So they manually attach to retreat the Sobble to get the energy in the discard pile, right? Yes, because they had no basic energy in the discard pile before. So there's the scoop. GG's, Urshifu. GG's. That about wraps it up for my Arceus V-Star Gyarados VMAX deck. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content just like the stuff you watched here every weekday. Now y'all have a good one. See ya.